I was lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I had to shift that narrative to be like, no, you just like really like you feel alone right now because of the transition that you've had to make, that you had to stay committed to, and then the minimalism that came with that. When I look around, excuse me, and I'm remembering my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like going out and being, you know, having the moniker of Champagne King, and it's just the life. You know what I'm saying? It's just what comes with it. You know what I mean? And having people see me as they saw me at that point. You know what I mean? At my lowest point, and not trying to convince them that I am this dude and I am this brain. I'm just, just live in the modesty of my moment. You know what I mean? Where I was and where I am. Instead of like, yo, how people would be like, yeah, I used to do this, I used to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I used to do it, and then my young bull, uh, the young god, Bengali, told me about this book that he was reading, and this quote that came from one of his favorite authors, that judge a man by what he's lost, or judge a man by what he's been through, not what he's lost, something like that. And that struck me on a major chord, um, because it again, it forced me to be introspective about my story, Goose, and trace it all the way back to the very beginnings of being lost in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not really feeling safe and all of those things, and then it now adding that all the way up to the man that I am today, soon to be 35 next month, is no question why the ups and downs of my life look so extreme, because they've largely been on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? The risk taking has largely been on my shoulders. So I've been limited to my own ideas because not having that trust, that brain trust, that energy that I could immediately turn to and say, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing, and this is what I want to do, and this is where I need assistance, or could you help me clarify so that I can, bring a better product, or help me evaluate so I can build, develop, have stronger solutions." This has been trial and learn, on every level, in every room, within every network. You know what I'm saying, Goose?
I do.
Like for real. Like even when I met you, this has been trial and learn. Like this could have went all bad when we first met. We could have not hit it off.
Right.
It was what? How many years ago? I don't even remember. Better part of 10 years though, right?
Right.
At this point now. So you know, I mean, I've been going on. Goose, you got anything to add to that,
No, I mean, I feel like you got a good start on like telling your background story and why you might feel alone.
or what alone could look like? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm trying to shape that. I'm trying to shape on two different fronts, like what minimalism could do. You know what I'm saying? With seeing your life a certain kind of way. Like imagine right here, you all of this is gone. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you've built within the past 5 years, you've been living here for 5 years right now, right?
Three.
Three. So everything you've built in the past 3 years, everything is just like, as a product of this life, is gone, and then you starting completely all over again, from the ground up, and you still have that same taste. You still like 65-inch TVs, but you can't afford it. You still like big sectionals, but you can't afford it.
To me, I don't know if that's minimalism. To me, I think minimalism is like something you would like want. You would want to live like that. Like you want like minimalism. To me, is like that's what like people want to live like. You're choosing to like I want to have just the bare necessities.
I mean, I totally agree with that, but then you still have a faction of people out here that happen to slip upon minimalism due to whatever efforts in their life, whether they had to go back and live with their parents, whether they had to tuck tail and go and give it all up, whatever, or if they came upon hard times, however they was introduced to the notion of minimalism, they either accepted it or rejected it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is there was some resistance on my part at looking around. Like I felt like a cold buster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like in reality, I could say, yeah, I'm making the right decisions, but that shit fucked with my psyche because it challenged my notion of what manhood was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.